It looks like you've got 2 open autos now for about $1,200 in car payments. What's going on with those?
I can't make this up. I just got a 392 TransUnion credit score approved today, 62326, 0 down.
So you're paying $1,200 a month for this 2019 Toyota Camry with 45,000 miles at 22%.
All right, so today we got a classic for the channel. We're going to be taking a look at some bad car deals. You know what that means. I'm not going to make this intro any longer than it needs to be. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it.
It looks like you've got 2 open autos now for about $1,200 in car payments. What's going on with those?
One's my wife's car and one's my son's car.
Okay. I'm just asking you questions that the bank is going to ask me. One person generally doesn't need 3 cars. Can your wife go on this loan?
Yeah, we can put her on there.
Okay. You're looking at the F450 we've got?
The 450 or that 2500 Dodge.
The Dodge might be a little easier. It's like 38, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be tough to get that 450 done at 50 grand. It's going to be tough on the Ram, but I'll give it a shot. How much down payment were you looking to put?
I wasn't really looking to put any down. I mean, I can. Just see what it takes to get the deal done.
Okay. They're probably going to want a pretty substantial down payment just because it's going to be a high risk deal for them, looking at the credit profile and then trying to go for a third car loan when you've got about $1,200 in car payments right now. That's going to be pretty high risk. So are you prepared to put like $5,000-$7,000 down?
Absolutely not.
No.
I think with a 650 credit score, I should be able to get in that truck for at least 1,000 down. And if that don't work, then we just can't make it.
Yeah, I get it.
So this guy's going on his 3rd loan, even though the other 2 were for his wife and kid, but he didn't want to put any money down. He thought his 650 credit score was good enough. Imagine thinking 650 is a good credit score. And another person in the comments, I have 4 auto loans, over $2,600 a month. I put 0 down. And there's a reply saying, that's not the flex you think it is, bud. I think this goes well with a comment from one of you guys. I have plenty of money, but can't afford a down payment. That doesn't make any logical sense because we've seen several similar examples in older videos. So many just want to get vehicle after vehicle more and more expensive, even though they don't have the money to do so, not even for a down payment. And then we got people out there like the guy in the comments section where everything's a competition. I have 4 different auto loans. I'm paying thousands of dollars a month. Some people's thought process is just baffling to me.
I'm calling about your 2021 Dodge Ram. Tell me a little bit about it, man. Tell me like what you got going on.
So I traded this in for a Silverado because my Silverado, I work in construction. I own my own company and it just kept messing up on me and I had to take it to the dealer, traded it in for this one and I got this one and I know it was going to have a lot of negative equity. I just should have been a little bit smarter. Now I pay $1,351 a month for this truck.
$1,351?
Yes.
And how much is your insurance?
My insurance is like $300.
So you're about $1,600 a month for this truck.
Yes.
I know you sent me a text. You said that you owe $68,000, almost $69,000 for the truck, man.
Yes.
All right, man. So as far as the vehicle, clean Carfax, it's got 1 owner, no accidents. You said it's got 62,000 miles. So what I can offer you for the truck is going to be right around like 37,900, maybe 38,000. I have to pick it up and all those other things. So if I offer you, let's just call it $38,000 and you owe $68,000, I'm just rounding it. I know you said 68, 69. So you have about $30,000 in negative equity. We got to have money down so I can put that towards another car, or if you did want to sell it, you have to come up with a difference.
So I know this problem happened because he had previous negative equity from his Silverado, but it does show you how overpriced these pickup trucks have become. I know people love them because you could do so much with them, but it doesn't mean they're going to keep their value well when they're $70, $80, even $100,000 sometimes. And now this guy needs to climb out of a $30,000 hole.
All right, so just completed my first deal of the day. My customer traded out of for a 2020 Hyundai Kona for a 2023 Hyundai Kona. For the most part, these cars are nearly identical. Only difference is for the new car, it's certified, so she's gonna have that warranty up to 100,000 miles and has a few more options. The 2023 has remote start and a power driver seat, which were 2 things that she was really looking for. But pretty simple deal. She is a repeat customer who's already done business here before, so of course we made it work for her. Her biggest thing was being covered under warranty at a similar payment in a new car, and that's exactly what we put together.
Of course they were going to make it work for this customer. She's lost a ton of money at this dealership. You bought the exact same car that was just 3 model years newer for just 2 more features. I'm hoping at least they're talking about the gas version of this car, because even though it's not the best choice overall, it's definitely better than the EV version. You'd be losing even more money if that was the case. But we got another comment from you guys. You will never run out of this type of content. And honestly, I agree. There are so many crazy examples like this.
I just got this sales job. It was my first year in sales, and my first commission check was like $45,000. And I was like, we ballin', okay? And so my dumb goes to the car dealership like every broke person does. And I was like, I'm going to buy a new car. But then, of course, they're like, you could just get a car and, like, not pay anything. And I was like, I could just get the car, make payments, and then, like, keep my cash and go on bougie vacations, which is exactly what I did. Don't take advice from me, okay? Made all the mistakes in the books. I just had to tell you guys, so when I asked, what does my car loan mean? If I have what? A 14.82 APR on it. And if you're watching this video, you probably don't know what that means because I didn't know what the it meant. And I was like, just blah, 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 today, right now, looking it up. And I was like, what does that mean? So I have like one of those loans. It's like 72 months. If I paid like my loan, you know how much I would pay in interest? $9,235. Like, on a $20,000 loan.
There are so many people walking around on the planet that have zero idea what any of the numbers mean when they sign up for a car loan. Not knowing how interest works, what APR even is, the term length being 72 months or something like that, and you wonder why people get raked over the coals. A lot of people unfortunately only focus on the monthly payment and don't look at the larger picture. Exactly. Another comment from you guys, it's astonishing how many people know so little about cars. And like I've said before, it's not like everybody has to be a car person, but just having base level knowledge about certain vehicles and manufacturers, along with all of the financials when it comes to buying a car, can save you an absolute ton of money in your lifetime. Because whether you like it or not, these salesmen are not your friends. They'll do absolutely anything to make a deal.
Do you want to test drive the Tesla?
I'm running it through a couple different banks, just trying to see what the best thing that I can get done is. We got good positive equity in your car. We got a decent chunk of a down payment there. The biggest factor on this price point of car from what I see is the income. We're looking at a decently expensive car.
You able to use me as just as income since we're married?
Well, I'd have to put you on as a co-signer. What's your monthly income going into the bank account?
Sometimes it can be around $8,000 a month.
Definitely help. Would you be able to do any money on top, or what did you
do? Money on top, yeah.
So with the car plus $3K, I got this approval. Interest isn't terrible. It's 16.70, and your payment would be $535 monthly. And they're waiving proof of income, proof of residence. So we just need 3 full references and insurance.
A few moments later.
And if everything looks right, do me a favor, drop a signature here for me and a here for me.
This guy's doing deals in a gamer chair. But yeah, we got you approved on a 16.7% interest rate. That's not too bad. Just sign right here. Even the situation with the couple seems very odd. You know, maybe sometimes $8,000 could come in a month. Something's telling me that that doesn't consistently happen, but they absolutely need to get this Tesla. The interest isn't terrible in 16.7% in the same sentence. And that's basically everybody else in the comment section just talking about the interest rate. And we could just move on over to the next one.
I can't make this up. I just got a 392 TransUnion credit score approved today, 6/23/26, 0 down. No games, no gimmicks. You see it right here, 392.
Again, the salesmen are only in it for the commission check. 26.99% interest rate, by the way. So we saw in the earlier clip with the woman paying $9,000 in interest on a $20K loan, she had 14% interest. I can't imagine what 27 looks like. I just know that car note is in the pit of hell. And I mean, we got another one up on screen, the APR being 18% for a 2026 Kia K5 GT. The term length being 72 months, it's $1,100 a month for a Kia. By the end of it, it would cost almost $85,000. How could you ever sign up for one of these things? Is this rage bait? Nobody should be paying 18% interest. No car is worth that. And the creator responds, it's a real deal, unfortunately. Somebody agreed to it up until it was surrendered. I wonder why they gave up the car. Another person saying $80,000 on a $48,000 car, an $1,100 monthly payment, and it's a Kia. My God, this is horrible across the board. And we could just keep on going, moving it over to Nissan.
All right, guys, I just sold this 2026 Nissan Kicks, and the payment for it is only $656. Mind you, these people had a challenge credit. They were actually behind on their current vehicle about 3 months. Pretty low scores, but we were still able to get an approval. get them into a brand new vehicle with no trade-in. They only put $2,000 down. And then of course we used our rebate on the kicks, which is $2,000, plus an additional $1,500 from our Ancira savings program.
Okay, so even after all of these bonus rebates and savings or whatever, they're still paying $50,000 for this thing. If you don't know what the Nissan Kicks looks like, it's the smallest SUV they have, and I don't think I have to tell you it's not worth $50K. I mean, we could go right over to the comments. Almost $50,000 for a Nissan Kicks that has an MSRP starting at 22 grand. You're paying more than double that at the end of the day. Another person saying 3 months behind, repo soon. I really don't know why they approved them for the Nissan in the first place, but apparently this is the kind of stuff that goes on at Nissan dealerships.
We got Taylor here with her brand new 2026 Nissan Sentra SR. Taylor, what we're gonna do right here, we're gonna grab this and on the count of 3, you're gonna hit it as hard as you can. For the red carpet salesman, the harder you hit it, the more years good luck you have for your car. How many years good luck do you want? All the years? Yeah. All the years? All right, and when you're ready. 1, 2, 3.
If they're doing all of this over a Nissan Sentra, I can't imagine how bad this deal was. If the salesman's this happy, you know they ripped you off. $900 a month at 30% interest. Dealerships are so corny, imagine celebrating debt. I'd go to another dealer to avoid this awkward show. And the comments just went on. And we could take it a step further, buying a Mercedes at a buy here, pay here lot.
Okay, Nay, I see you. Benz is looking nice, real nice. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask you a quick question? Did we ask to do a credit check?
No.
Did we ask for proof of income?
No.
What we need to leave with the car today?
Money, ID, insurance.
Again, surprise, surprise, it's a Mercedes CLA 250. You guys know that I'm a huge hater of the CLA and GLA. They're absolutely base model cars that are not worth the price. People just buy them because it has a Mercedes logo on it. And going over to the comments, the inventory is nice, but the bi-weekly payments are crazy. There you go, just another buy here, pay here lot. I can't imagine how bad this deal is.
So I just had a customer who's 21 years old, first time buyer, and a 0 score. Did she get approved? Yes, but were the terms good? I'll let you guys decide. So this was her approved structure right here. This is approved by the bank. $3,000 down, $333 a month, 72 months at 21.68. You guys are probably thinking that you would never take a payment like this, but she signed. She was good with it, first time buyer, cool. The only thing that we had to knock out from here was getting car insurance, and that's where everything went left. Not only did I help her shop her insurance, but I even went and called my broker just to see if he saw anything that I missed, and this is the best quote that came back. This is the best quote that came back, and the car that we were on was a 2017 Hyundai Sonata. Her down payment, $1,769. And then on top of that, 4 installment payments at $859.80. Keep in mind, this is for the car insurance. How is the insurance more than the damn car? But long story short, I didn't end up selling a car because of this right here.
Okay, so I think that this was a blessing in disguise because the insurance got her out of the deal, as it should have. It was around $850 a month. I can't even imagine paying that, but still 22% APR if she did get the car. I feel like something else must have happened with this person, because going over to the comments, if you're under 25, car insurance companies are diabolical. I personally didn't pay $800 a month for insurance when I got my first car, but right after, another example of somebody being okay getting absolutely destroyed with payments. I know that 21% APR is crazy, but if my monthly payment is less than $350, I'm cool with that. Again, I will never run out of this type of content. We got yet another one up on screen, the car behind the $911 car note at a 24% APR. And all it is a Hyundai Sonata. 24% APR, $1,000 car note. The creator responds thinking of giving the car back and taking the voluntary repo, but I'll still owe, so what's the point? The comment right after that isn't much better. It's okay, I got 18% for 720 months, probably 72 months, for a Nissan Kicks. Very similar to another earlier example. Just refinance it as soon as you can, it'll get better. I had a 2022 Nissan with 21% APR, a $650 car note, refinanced it down to still 14%, which is still high. Yes, it is.
You've never financed a car before. It's difficult for them to do such a large purchase for a first-time buyer.
He's looking at a 23 Hellcat
Hellcat Charger, red-eye jailbait. It's the first time he's buying a vehicle. Him and his mom are on the deal. They got good credit, but just no auto history. That's the problem. Banks don't really want to do something around the 70 to 80,000 like the Hellcat. So what they want to do is they want to test you out. They want you to get a loan on a cheaper vehicle. I know you're really set on that Hellcat, but you got to build up to it. So I'd recommend going with a Scat Pack, something around 40,000 in that range. I have a really nice smoke show gray with the black hood, wide body Challenger that just came in if you're interested in Challengers. But starting off with something like that, making at least a year's worth of payments, then you call me back, hey Gus, I made my year's worth of payments, my score's gone up, I got 100% history rating with that bank, put me in a Hellcat.
Okay, we're just going to go right over to the comments. Get the Scat Pack and then be negative when trading in and making the debt even higher. Such good advice. That was the first comment. They make a very good point. The dealer's still going to make a good amount of money off of them. Whoever's trying to buy these cars is the one that's going to get stuck with a bunch of negative equity.
I bought a car from the Facebook Marketplace and I got scammed so bad it's embarrassing. I got the car and I took it to do a smog. And they told me that it did not pass because they mess around with the dashboard. Basically, whenever you turn it on, like it has no lights, so I wouldn't find out like if there was something wrong with the engine or whatever. Also, the temper with the freaking miles, so like I don't know what the correct amount of miles is supposed to be. It also has no AC, and it's 100 degrees out here. Not only that, it shakes so bad to the point where it feels like there's an earthquake going on. And I took it to the DMV to do the title transfer, and they owed over $1,000 worth of tax. So yeah, it's been awesome for me. And you're probably wondering, why would I buy a car like that knowing all these things? Well, it was not doing that. When I got it, the car was doing amazing for like the first month. Then after that, it just started going downhill.
I don't know, I feel like there had to have been some red flags even during that first month. And we can make this story even worse going over to the comments. The first mistake was getting a Chevy Cruze. Notoriously unreliable, especially getting it off of Facebook Marketplace. And they did it all. They rolled back the miles, reset the dash so you couldn't see what's actually wrong. And now the car is in absolute shambles, and it's your problem.
He owes how much?
$79,205.99.
And what is it?
It is a 2025 Ram 3500 Bighorn with 14,000 miles on it.
That sounds like a lot to owe on the truck.
Yes.
What did KBB hit it at?
$58,101.
Oh, man. I think KBB's light, but just off the top of my head, without looking at the numbers, we're talking 20 grand of negative equity. So what's he trying to accomplish?
He wants to lower his payment. The only issue with that, he has no money down. His current payment is $1,472.
How much?
$1,472.
When I first got in the car business, it was a million years ago, but a $400 car payment was a big payment.
And his interest rate is a 12.04%.
So he's in a tough spot. Obviously, with that interest rate, he's not paying down the principal very much, and he's got a boatload of negative. The problem is, we see this a lot, right? Somebody wants to lower their payment, but when you take negative equity, the really only surefire way to get rid of a bunch of negative equity is to look at a more expensive car, because the more expensive car could absorb the negative equity. Even a $50,000 truck and try and roll 20 grand into it, the bank's going to go, I'm not going to loan 70 grand on a 50 grand truck.
I don't know what he was trying to say with rolling over the negative equity in a more expensive vehicle. If the customer can't afford the $3,500 he's in right now, he clearly can't afford something that's more expensive. But going over to the comments, I guarantee he's got that $1,400 a month payment stretched to 72 months as well. I wouldn't be surprised. An $80,000 truck worth only $58,000 with 14,000 miles shows how overpriced these trucks are to begin with. That's what I was saying before. I know tons of people use these types of trucks as work trucks, but it still seems like most are getting in over their heads.
So you're paying $1,200 a month for this 2019 Toyota Camry with 45,000 miles at 22%. You know, I know I'm just saying it so you can hear it because it's not an easy situation to get out of.
Because basically, like, ever since I got that car, I kind of just had to put my credit card debt on the back burner because I couldn't juggle all of my credit card debt and the car payment, like, together.
How many open autos do you have? You said you have 2 other open autos?
Yeah, I have another truck that's financed in my name. It was for my brother-in-law, but I mean, that truck is, like, he can handle the payments.
Okay.
He does them.
How much do you make a month? What changed to make you fall behind on payments?
My car payments, I've actually been able to make them. I mean, it's been, like, a little late, but it's it's not like reflected on my credit. I only work 1 day a week. I work on Sundays at a little like taco shop.
Okay.
And my checks every 2 weeks are like close to $400. Both of my kids are special needs, so in the summertime I can only work that 1 day. But I mean, while they're in school, I would like donate plasma and just do a bunch of other stuff to get like little side income.
Okay, so to me, it sounds like you probably shouldn't have gotten this Camry. Obviously, because of the ridiculous interest rate, 22%, $1,200 a month, and it just sounds like she could only do odd jobs because of her kids. This to me sounds like a repo waiting to happen, along with her co-signing for her brother-in-law apparently. She said he could make the payments, but you really never know. I just think this entire situation is just a mess.
Hey Dan, I got a guy here. He's looking at the Tesla Model 3. He wants to do 0 down. He says he's got pretty good credit, so.
Okay, well, good credit shouldn't be a problem. We run it and see. I don't know in what world this is good, but he's got a 471 score. He's got a couple paid autos on there. I can tell you right away, 0 down ain't happening. I don't know if I can even get an approval. I mean, the paid autos helps, but these really late credit card payments, I mean, that's driving down the scores. Obviously, he thinks he's got good credit. Let's go out there and talk to him together, kind of find out what he thinks is going on and try to see how much he can put down, if anything, and see what we can do. All right, so I don't know if he actually thought he had good credit or if he's just lying. I guess that's his brother with him. I told him, like, in order for me to secure an approval, like best case scenario, we're gonna need a good chunk of money down. He says the most he can do is like up to $2,000. I told him I don't think that's gonna cut it. Like, I could submit it if you want, I could send it to a bunch of different banks. But he's talking to his brother right now to co-sign for him. His brother's very reluctant. I probably would be too if I heard my brother's got a 471 score.
So yet another example with a cosigner. This one sounds even worse than the last, 471. Of course you want a Tesla, but you can only put up to $2,000 down? To me, that probably sounds like you should be looking for a different vehicle.
So I recently had a customer come in whose lease is up next month and they just wanted to see what their options were. In my head, I thought this was just gonna be another regular lease deal. He's just gonna go into another lease at a similar payment and he'll be happy. Let me tell you something, his situation was far from that. So as soon as we sit down, he gets to telling me that life's been tough these past 2 years and that his credit dropped. And that's fine, life happens, but I wanted to know how much his credit dropped. He pulls up his Experian and shows me he's a 510 score. So I already knew he would not qualify to lease another vehicle. He also told me that he lost his job and that he's just been doing Uber in the meantime. As soon as he said that, I knew that he was Ubering into Tucson, and now I wanted to see how many miles were on the car. I asked him for his keys, I go out to his car and I look at his miles, he's at 98,000 miles on the lease. Keep in mind, when he originally got that other car, he signed up for 10,000 miles per year, which is 30,000 miles for the entire lease. With that being said, he was 68,000 miles over on his lease, and Hyundai charges 20 cents per mile. The bill that he's gonna get if he turns his car in at the end of the lease is gonna be $13,600. And that's before assessing the damage that he has on his car. So realistically, the total bill will probably be like $15,000.
Immediately going over to the comments, somebody says buy out the lease and keep the car. However, if he lost his job, his primary income, and now he's only doing Uber, he most likely won't be able to afford the car. But at the same time, it's kind of his only option. He would be paying back 15 grand just to give the car to them. So this is a perfect example of somebody being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Off the door price with fees and everything is going to be $79,106. I'm telling you right now, that is super excessive. They're selling the car for $67,130. I'm trying to figure out is they're charging you $7,100 for just accessories and products. You said that was for a warranty?
The gap's like $500, and then the 72-month term for the warranty on 100K miles would be like $5,600.
Your monthly payment is going to end up being $1,200, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Freaking crazy.
It is very crazy. So I'm glad you called me, Kim. I definitely would halt the brakes on this deal. Now, you did get approved with BMW Financial Services, and the sell rate is at 4.49%, right? You have good credit. I would advise, if you wanted to go with this dealership, I would definitely tell them to remove the warranty. If it's a brand new car, you have warranty. What do you need another warranty for?
They're saying that it only like covers up to like 3 years.
And that's incorrect. Coverage warranty lasts up to 4 years, 50,000 miles. So whoever said 3 years, maybe they're talking about bumper to bumper, but the powertrain, I'm pretty sure is 4 years or 50,000 miles. It's not worth $6,000 to add an additional couple years. I'm sorry.
Okay, so just from this, I would walk away from this dealership altogether, but almost $80,000 out the door for an M340i. It's not even a real M car. You could just get an M3 for that same price. This is just more salesmen trying to take advantage of customers that don't know any better. At least she was able to call this creator and realize how bad of a deal it actually is and wind up dodging a bullet. But But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.